Hello there, my beautiful Taurus friends. How are you? Welcome back to Sacred Knowledge Tarot. I am so happy and thankful to each and every one of you for being here with me today. So thank you, everyone. And those of you that are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome, my friends. My name is Ria and I do these readings every week. So we've got a very big shift coming up on June the 29th, everyone. The planet Saturn is going retrograde in the sign of Pisces. This is a time where we check in with ourselves, like really check in with ourselves, see where we are in our own journey. This is where you do some introspection, really look inward and also reflect on your future. Okay, so I feel it's also an explorative time, a time where our intuition is really, really strong and where we cultivate this inner calm and peace. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you today is open your reading with a spirit animal card. Then I'm going to pull 3 cards out of my tarot deck to see what message spirit has for you, followed by a bonus card, the Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle. Then I'm going to pull 3 personal messages for you today and close off with an angel number. So those of you that are watching today, if you've been seeing signs through animals or insects, any repeating numbers or angel numbers, this is all going to give you your confirmation and guidance today. So stay tuned for all of this, my beautiful friends. All right, Taurus, let's call in spirit and open up your reading. See what it is that spirit would like you to hear around this shift. All right, so we are getting pig. Have any of you seen a little pig? If you have, this is your confirmation. If you haven't, you're seeing one now on your screen. So the message here is give freely from your heart and share your blessings with others. You're a true giver. So once again, Taurus, give freely from your heart and share your blessings with others. You're a true giver. So look at that. Some of you have a very big heart. So keep spreading that love around, everyone. Let's pull some tarot cards and see what else is coming through. Little piggies are so cute. My husband and I, we have a friend who has a farm and he has cute little piggies on that farm. So we've got the devil card. So we have this energy lurking. The devil is in the details here, and spirit wants you to be aware of what the devil in your life is. This is an energy that looks good in the moment, but isn't good for you long term here. Okay, so this is a major arcana card. This energy is prominent. However, it's in the background. So some of us might feel this intensely. Some of us might feel it subtly. All right, so we've got the devil. We also have the hermit card. This is where you slow down a little bit, Taurus. This is where you really look inward. It's the energy that we have. And you're meant to look inward. There's some answers, there's some messages, there's some information coming in for you from those quiet moments. So sometimes taking in this hibernation, this hermit mode, 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, 2 days vacation, taking time off, spending time with yourself. All right. Now, I also want you to use your own intuition with my reading. So whenever you see my cards popping up on screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. Not only will this strengthen your intuition, but you will also receive your own messages. So we got the Hermit card, and then we have the Knight of Swords. Look at this. This is laser focus. This is you understanding what the game plan is. You have a target and you're going to reach it, Taurus. There is no mucking around with anything here. This is a very serious business here. So I do feel some of you are wanting to reach some goals. You're seeing that end game here for yourself, whether that's a 6-month goal, a year goal, or if this is where you want to see yourself in life in general. This is where you are actually taking action, being an active participant in creating your reality. So I'm seeing you really being victorious here with that. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords. Now, this is a beautiful energy because you're opening up your own path here, Taurus. All right, now before I begin, I just wanted to mention that we all live a different life experience. These cards are going to present themselves differently in each of our lives. This is also a general reading for you today. So those of you that are watching, if my reading isn't resonating for you, please leave it behind, but also check out your rising and your moon signs. So we've got the devil in the details here, lurking around in your life, trying to distract you and throw you off guard. Okay, this is what's happening here ultimately with this energy. Now, this can show up as a person. This can show up mostly as an energy around us. So we're seeing a lot of distractions here, things that are taking away our attention from focusing on the goals that we're trying to crush here. And you got a lot here. I feel that some of your planning, perhaps you're really good at balancing your energy and your time, and you're very aware of what this is. And perhaps it takes a lot of energy to not to focus on this. I sometimes feel this in my own life as well. Distractions and my mind wandering, these kinds of things that I have to learn to balance. So there's some balance here that some of you are practicing already in your life. And if you're feeling like this energy of the devil is winning, it's now time for you to start implementing practices in your life, Taurus, to focus on your goals. Like, this is where we learn to meditate. This is where we quiet our mind and learn to release some of the distractions and the noise, the static that this devil energy creates. I'm getting a little bit of a kerfuffle here in my mind. I don't know if there's some sort of an argument, some sort of flared temper, some sort of a fight, argument, dispute, conversation that didn't go the way it was meant to go, or perhaps someone blew up and a situation is worse than where it was before it actually started. So there's some sort of kerfuffle with a relationship here I'm seeing. So this is where your superpower of calm is going to come in. Sometimes we have to listen, right? And I feel you being the observer, you actually listening. I'm not saying that you're not listening. This is where we ground our energies and listen to what it is that we're hearing rather than reacting to it. And perhaps the other person on the other side also has to do that, but that's a part of their own experience, right? You are the one that's here watching this reading today. So I do feel if you're feeling these energies, Spirit is asking you to go back to that heart center. Let's now open up that compassion, that kindness, and let's communicate in a way that the energy can calm down a little bit. And I feel you are someone that does that because you have a big heart. Perhaps you're the one that is constantly putting fires out in your life, maybe in your relationship, maybe even in your job, right? You are the one that kind of comes in and calms everything down. This is that pig spirit that I'm pulling in here for you today. So I do feel that you're highly intuitive here, Taurus. Okay, you know what this energy is. Some of you really are aware of this energy in your life. Now, this can show up as addictions, things that we consume that aren't good for us, things that we watch that aren't good for us either, right? Being influenced or manipulated through this energy as well. So just being mindful. And sometimes we don't even know that we're being manipulated or influenced by something. And this is something we wake up to. So those of you that are watching, I do feel that your senses are heightened, that you're awake and aware of these energies that show up in our reality, in our world. They're everywhere, right? So I'm getting that movie where the man wears shades and he can see everything. And I mentioned this a while ago before, and I forgot the name of the movie again. I've watched it a long time ago. I should actually watch that again. But I'm getting that movie coming up where you can see some of the deception, you can see through the illusions here. You can see the devil energy around you very, very clearly. This is something that some of you have mastered through practicing, looking through a certain kind of lens, a lens of growth, a lens of abundance. This is where we see some of these things, right? So I'm getting a spider on, like I'm seeing a massive spider climbing, and I feel this is coming from that movie. They Live. Is it They Live? I think that's the name. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with movie names here. A spider crawling up a wall here. So I don't know what that means, but on a building. The Hermit card. This is where we slow things down. This is where we do some real introspection, looking inward. I do feel that through you doing this, Taurus, over this next little while, right, June 29th until November the 15th, we have all this time to slow things down. And if you're somebody that lives a really busy life, this is even 5 minutes for yourself during work, at lunch, getting outside, taking a breath of fresh air and just walking around, clearing your head. Just from you doing that itself. I used to do this every day at work when I used to work my 9 to 5, go for an hour-long walk. Connect with nature. If there is a space near your work or where you live where you can walk around nature, near a lake, a river, near trees where there's a lot of birds, This is really going to help calm your energy. This is what Spirit is showing me right now. Just being around nature, being near your dog, your cat even. There's almost like this peace that comes with just being connected with Mother Nature and everything that Mother Nature brings to us here. Some of you might be seeing a lot of red. This is where Spirit is reminding you that you need to slow down. So if you're seeing a lot of red in your life, confirmation here that things need to slow down, especially red lights. You know how sometimes we're trying to rush and we get hit every single red light? This is Spirit sign to you that it's time to slow down. Now, there is this need or want to spend time alone. It's almost, or maybe you're feeling like you're alone. There's someone there that I'm seeing that feels disconnected, that feels like they don't belong, that you're different. It's because you are different, Spirit is saying. And this is why being in that alone time, rather than thinking of it as something that is, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do for myself? I don't have these friends or this or that. And the other thing is going inward and really learning about yourself, explore passions and things. This is an opportunity for you not to actually feel negative emotions, but to feel good ones, to really get to know yourself, right? So this is a tune-up, a check-in with yourself. This is a real check-in with yourself, Taurus. Okay, so even reflecting on your future, like where are you right now, without any kind of, if you're feeling emotions, you're meant to feel the emotions, allow them to pass. And as they do pass and you calm, and I think it takes about, I'd say 90 seconds to up about, I'd say 5 minutes. So give yourself that time to allow the feeling of the emotions, to maybe analyze them and see where they're coming from and why you're feeling that way. And it's hard to do this. I've tried this. It's like when you're in the moment, you're wanting to react to the emotions and, respond to them. It's like, okay, let's calm down for a second and breathe through this and see how long it takes for this emotion, this feeling to pass. And once you do that and you're like, okay, I'm good. Where am I in my life right now? Where am I going with my life? Right? And this is where inspiration, this is where that connection, that intuition comes in, because now you've opened yourself up and you're able to see things a bit more clearly, and you're able to hear yourself in spirit more clearly because you've allowed that emotion to pass, right? So this is a real inward look at how your inside is reflecting on your outside. So what is going on in your life right now? If you're uncomfortable or you're in a place that you don't want to be in, okay, what can we change internally to shift that? What's happening with me internally right now that is creating this atmosphere? A lot of times I feel it has to do with the lens that we wear, how we perceive our world, how we choose to be in that world and experience it, right? This is how I've changed my own life, is how I really learn to experience my life without reacting to it, being very calm, being very patient. And this is something that I had to practice every single day, right? So this is what Spirit is calling you to do here, is to embrace that inner calm, embrace that inner peace, cultivate it, strengthen it, master it, because when you're in a tough situation, through that calm and peace, you're going to be able to see a lot more clearer. You're going to come up with solutions. You're going to be able to problem solve your way through things, right? So this is very, very important. And what's happening is you're unlocking your path. This is what you are doing. So meditations, grounding exercises, yoga, things that work for you. You know yourself the best here, Taurus. So whatever works for you is what you should try. We're all different. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me, right? So implement practices that work for you and take action on them. Like really take action on them. It's one thing to think about it, talk about it, but it's another thing to do it, right? This is where you're actually doing the things that you're saying that you're going to do with laser focus. There's a lot of discipline here, a lot of consistency. This is where this person has the super strength of perseverance. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep moving, adjusting as they need to, but they're not going to let anything stop them or come along their path that actually, and sometimes this is hard because I've had roadblocks in front of me as I'm moving forward. But when you are halted, you're still moving around, trying to figure out how you're going to get around this block, over it, under it, whatever way you're going to figure this out. You may just break right through it, right? So laser focus here, having clarity, understanding where it is that you're going, understanding yourself and what you know about yourself and what you can strengthen. So, perhaps some of you are taking action or wanting to take action on a business idea, a project. Maybe you're wanting to find love. Perhaps you're wanting to build more wealth. Maybe you're wanting to purchase a home. It's all about, okay, what can I do to get to that place? Do I need to save some money? Okay, how can I save that money? Let's make a plan here. Let's cut out some spending and refocus our attention. Let's retune up everything in our life and realign it back to where we're going. Okay, so this is what's happening here ultimately. Now you're breaking free from some sort of a pattern, some sort of a loop, like something that's been in a loop for a while. You're breaking free from this. So I'm seeing somebody slicing something and breaking free. Almost feels like a ribbon, okay, that you just took your sword and you kind of cut the ribbon and you ran through it with your horse. So I'm seeing a lot of victory, a lot of success here, and you moving forward. This is doors opening, you moving through this newer energy, and you're loving this. There's a lot of, it feels thrilling. There's like an adrenaline rush here with this card. Things are going to speed up. They're really going to pick up. And as they do, again, the Spirit is calling you to slow down just a little bit. Make sure that you're not rushing too much where you're missing things, okay? They're showing me a tortoise here, so you're wanting to be slow and steady, right? This knight can be slow and steady. This person has a plan, this person has a strategy, right? They know what they need to do in order to win. Whether they win or not is one story, but they know what their plan is in order to win. They've got everything organized. They know what it looks like. If plan A doesn't work, they have a plan B and then a plan C, right? So preparation here. Understanding, it's almost like when we buy a plant, for example, right? We see that it's a juniper. It needs to be taken care of a certain way. It needs to be watered in the sun compared to a different plant, right? So this is where you tend to your dreams, tend to the things that you're wanting to create in your life, tend to your goals, right? Really nurture them. And this is by taking action, being an active participant in your own life, creating what it is that you're visualizing. And you're seeing things crystal clear here, like you are connecting with that dream. You can see it, and you can see it through the blade, that reflection through the blade that is connecting with you and your higher self. I'm getting deja vu coming in as well. So perhaps some of you are experiencing deja vu. So as you're moving through your life, your journey, you feel like there's a moment in your life all of a sudden, for a split second, you're like, wait a minute, I've been here and I've done that. This is spirit guides reflecting on you. Like it's a reflection of this is exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you're meant to be to get to this journey. Okay, so that is a confirmation. Deja vu, I feel, is a confirmation for all of us anytime we experience it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a bonus card from the Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle here. I'm going to read you the interpretation from the guidebook. Anything more that Spirit wants to share with you is also going to come through this card today. So we are getting for you, Taurus, is predator and prey. Look at that. We've got a crow and a mouse. Are any of you seeing a crow or a mouse around you? Look at that. So chasing, grasping, and obsession are the keywords here on this card. These words might be resonating for some of you. So once again, chasing, grasping, and obsession. So this is where you release control. I'm getting lightning bolts here in this card. So perhaps you're experiencing a storm, some sort of shaking about here in your life with energy, turbulence. So let's pull the interpretation here and see what that says. All right, so we have a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. I hope I said that right. Attachment to views is the greatest impediment to the spiritual path. Okay, and the message here is, as humans, we are familiar with the predator-prey mentality that lingers in the lower realms of consciousness. Predatory behavior is derived out of desperation and fear of not having enough, of going without, or of missing out. This low-energy, animalistic behavior often breeds greed and obsession as we hyper-focus on what we desire and chase it with reckless abandon. During the Buddha's fire sermon, he said that on earth, all five senses, consciousness, smell, taste, touch, and sight are constantly burning with delusion, desire, and hatred. So desire, delusion, burning here, that's the devil energy. To stay burning, they need continuous fuel to feed the fire. And that fuel is attachment. Okay, so this constant grasping creates an energy of insatiable hunger and unfulfillment. That fiery pit that burns within can never be quenched because it incinerates and consumes everything, leaving us empty and burning once more. This often manifests in our lives as addiction and obsession and turns into fixated predators constantly chasing after the next fix. Predator and prey calls us to begin a practice of detachment by first identifying those things in our life that we have unhealthy attachments to. Each time we find ourselves grasping things with envy and jealousy or obsessing over the next thing, we can gently label it attachment without shame or anger. This is the first step. We do not have to implement any change in behavior at this moment. We are simply bringing the unconsciousness behavior to the forefront of our minds so that in the next phases we can manage it mindfully with love and compassion. Again, each time we label behavior, we must do it with compassion and nothing else. No shame here. Becoming comfortable with the demon and removing the fear and shame that surrounds the beast will go a long way in shrinking the power and effect this demon of attachment has on our life. So look at that. Predator and prey here. So that's definitely tied to the devil energy here. So let's pull 3 personal messages for you now, Taurus. So what you can do is feel free to pause this video, take a deep breath, and connect to spirit. I'm going to bring you 3 messages. I want you to place them wherever they resonate for you today, okay? So we are getting for you, first message, balance all dimensions of your life. Balance all dimensions of your life. This is why we have the Hermit card, everyone. Okay, this is where we balance things out. Second card is don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. So once again, don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. All right. And third card, be careful who you take advice from. So once again, be careful who you take advice from. All right. So let's pull an angel number as well. Some of you are seeing angel numbers, repeating numbers in your life. This is going to give you your confirmation and guidance today. All right, so we just had a card fall to the floor. In my practice, if a card falls to the floor, it does not belong to you. I only keep the ones on the table. So the message here is infinite self. Look at this. You are merging with your infinite self. We've got the numbers 8888. Some of you might be seeing these numbers in this sequence, perhaps on a phone number, house address, maybe on a license plate somewhere. Wherever you're seeing these numbers, this is your confirmation today. The number 8, those of you looking for timing, 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 hours, and the 8th of the month. So the message here is you are merging with spirit. You're becoming and really merging with your eternal being here. There's a connection with your ancestors, spirit guides. You have unlimited potential at this time. So this is where spirit really wants you to understand that you are an infinite being, that you can create whatever you desire here on this earth if you believe and you come from a place of love, kindness, and compassion, okay? So this is your reading today. I hope it resonates for you. If it does, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I wanted to wish you all a beautiful day and thank you so much for watching.